evening. I just wanted to go over Friday the 28th and the trades that was taken on the day being the first day of the 200k challenge. So during the London session, we essentially had a ranging movement. We didn't have too much of a displacement to the upside or the downside. And of course, as we traded into the New York session for US 500 or SPX 500, we then had a move to the upside. At this point, when I saw this this move to the upside, then a drop, I decided to enter smaller lot sizes in this CB. Already, I did not follow the rule. I did not follow the protocols I needed to follow, because inside of this CB could be used as an entry, and as we saw, we eventually went into a bit of profit, but we did not achieve a successful market structure shift at any point. We did not break below this other block and closed below it. We did not break below the 730 TSO, which is over here, I believe, this candlestick. We did not break below this low, because if we had a momentum push to the downside that we purged 730 low, I was going to consider that to be a valid market structure shift, but we didn't get that. So that was my first mistake, not sticking to the protocol as strictly as possible. And we had price essentially meander around, going up and down, and creating new highs during the New York AM session until we officially made a high at that point. And watch what price did at that point. We finally get an explosive move to the downside. At this point, you could consider this a market structure shift, breaking this other block. And yes, I can see that it went into the BC, the small fair value gap, but this is a big enough move that's consecutive that you could consider it a market structure shift. And we basically got our market structure shift at this point. With a fair value gap entry and a possible order block entry. And let's watch to see how price respects the order block, because this is a bearish order block. You can see that we just fell off from there. We did not close outside of this order block. As my entry protocols say, the stop loss would be at the high. And let's watch to see what happened after that. We explosive move to the downside and took out 930 low. We purged it. I know it's not that visible here, but we did purge 930 low at that point. Then total souped it to the upside. So that was my first mistake, my first fault, which led to me taking a maximum loss, and actually slightly more loss than anticipated, because I did not only take a loss of $1,100, but I also took a further loss because there were still positions being held from an entry of this CB right here. So right now I'm actually in a trade that's in a loss at the moment from this entry, because we created a new high as we opened with the current new week opening gap. And yes, we did fall off a bit during Asia session, but I'm now watching closely to see how price respects this new week opening gap. And I have already predetermined the stop loss placement, which in this case, going to the ES chart, we can see on the 1 hour chart we have an order block, I believe from Thursday at this point, the last bullish candle before the series of down close candles. To me, is an order block, of course, with the most sensitive zone being the bottom section of it. But this whole thing to me is an order block, because we also turtle swooped this high before that fall. So to me, this now becomes a turtle swoop. So with this reason, I wanted to see price fall off even more than it did at this point on Sunday. So that's why I am still in the trade. That's why I'm still in the position at the moment. A very similar move actually happened here with this other block instead. And we are still respecting this other block at the moment. We're still lingering inside of it. We haven't closed above it. So if price is to break above this high, then I'll be taking the loss. But if and as long as we are still within or below this other block, this bearish order block, then I'll still remain in the trade. So going to my MetaTrader, you can see the trades that I took. I'm not going to go each one of them, but the prices and stop loss placements and everything should be visible from here. Similar mistake was made on GBPUSD. We can see that we got a displacement to the outside, but I did not wait for a market structure shift to happen. So I ended up taking 2 losses on that. The same, of course, happened with SPX 500. So in total, I was down by $1,107.72. And with the ones running at the moment, I am sitting on negative $271 so far. So I'm still not going to pass my daily limit of $1,200, but so far this is what has been done. Today being Monday and being a new month, so much more. Today being Monday, stepping into a new month, a lot more can be expected in the month of August, especially this specific month of August. And I am curious to see how it all plays out. But for now, I don't have much else to add. Just wanted to go through Friday's trades and looking forward for a better day today if the market gives us the conditions to enter a trade.